9 to 5 doesn't mean much to a great attorney. Great attorneys understand what makes time precious is what we can do with it.
If you have the time to brush your teeth, to wash your face, and to sleep, this is another necessity in your life.
Just being busy is not an excuse to not use the skills that we developed in law school to help people who really need it.
One client, one attorney, one promise. The One Campaign.
Help really comes one person at a time. You are looking into the face of someone that you have actually helped. And you know that that person who's a part of your community is now a better person in your community. And that gives you such satisfaction that you can't even quantify it. You can't pay for that kind of feeling.
You can really distill the beauty of our profession by truly helping someone who can't give you anything back other than their gratitude.
You kind of forget that why you went to law school, you know, and for me, that's what doing pro bono work does. It reminds me of why I went to law school. It gets me back in touch with that part of me that wants to make a difference.
When you work with a person and they say, you helped me adopt my relative, and now I know that they're safe. Well, that, you just feel a very warm sense in your heart of what you helped them do.
I think there are people very hesitant to take cases because they are afraid they may do more harm than good. But it's our job as a legal services office and all of the legal services offices around the state, it's all of our collective job to support and to guide those attorneys so that their experience is successful.
If you are a business litigator, you can do a consumer case. There are lots of, you can do a landlord-tenant case. You've got the basic skills to do that, and there's training available at the legal aid programs to help you understand better that other area of the law. It isn't a stretch at all.
Every one of the specialists who can't do pro bono because it's none of the areas of their expertise, if any of them are offered a gigantic case in an area slightly outside, they manage to do it. It's amazing how we can pick up an area we don't do for the right clients. Well, we should pick them up for these clients because they are the right clients, and it'll make us the right lawyers.
It is something you ought to be doing for yourself because it makes you feel good to do it. And secondly, it is a responsibility of every lawyer to see that the justice system works. And that is something that's part of your oath, and I think it should be taken seriously.
I will never reject, from any consideration personal to myself, the cause of the defenseless or oppressed. And I think every lawyer who takes that oath needs to read that occasionally to remind themselves that there is need, and I personally have the wherewithal to help address that need.
I think it's, once again, not only our duty, but a privilege. I've learned more representing pro bono people than I have in representing some corporate giants. And I've received some more gratitude, which I love.
As a bankruptcy lawyer, I've seen the effect this economy has had on our community, and I have to make a difference. If not, I think this is meaningless, what we do here.
You're missing the opportunity to become, you know, truly and unselfishly involved in helping someone. You don't get that direct satisfaction by writing a check. You don't actually personally meet the person who you're helping save, and that makes all the difference in the world.
For us to maintain the level of services, those checks are important. But I think there's a whole different level of satisfaction when somebody handles a case on behalf of another person. To be able to solve somebody's problem, whether it's a senior, a child, or a family, to make a difference in somebody's life is really uplifting.
I would challenge you to write the check and take a case. And take the case because the clients need you and because you have the power to help that client. And you will be a different person after that experience. And you will tell yourself, why didn't I do this before? It didn't take that much time, it wasn't painful, and it was a wonderful experience.
If you're a really good lawyer, understand that stroking that check is not enough. These people need great lawyers. They don't just need somebody who has the time. They need you. They need this lawyer who's so busy, and they're busy because they're good. Stroking a check is a good thing. I don't want to take away from that. But if you believe you're a great lawyer, you got to do more than that.
Just take one case, make one promise, represent one client. It by itself should not involve a great deal of time. And I believe that if we get lawyers to do that, they will have such a positive experience that they'll come back for another case.
Asking them to do one pro bono is like asking me to eat one chocolate chip cookie. You know I'm going to eat the tray. And if someone does a pro bono case and they will enjoy it so much, they're going to get hooked.
You have to take it one step at a time. And that's how you do it. One client, one attorney.
I think as lawyers, if we think about helping one client with one problem, it doesn't have to take over your life, but you change that person's life and that person changes your life.
All that you need to do is find one case, no matter how big or how small. That'll make an enormous difference.
If 85,000 lawyers took one client, can you imagine how great that would be?
One client, one attorney, one promise. The One Campaign. You can find someone who needs your help at onepromiseflorida.org.